When the Clayvax, a crystalline warrior race, demanded Earth's submission through a trial by combat, humanity's response stunned the galaxy. We choose chess. In a clash of intellects and ingenuity, Earth's greatest strategist faced off against an alien supercomputer, proving that humanity's greatest weapon isn't brute force. It's the unpredictable brilliance of the human mind. What followed wasn't just a game. It was a battle that redefined diplomacy, reshaped interstellar relations, and taught an empire the art of thinking beyond logic. The story begins with an unmistakable sense of tension as the Clayvax delegation, a species of crystalline beings, confronts the United Earth Council. Their imposing forms, refracting light into mesmerizing prismatic displays, bring an almost otherworldly beauty to the scene. However, this aesthetic appeal does nothing to soften the gravity of their message. The Clayvax head diplomat, a towering figure whose crystalline body shimmers with a purple tinge, delivers an ultimatum that brooks no argument. In a voice that is both cold and precise, the diplomat declares that humanity must prove its worth through combat or relinquish its colonial rights in the Orion Arm, a region of space rich with resources and strategic importance. This ultimatum is not presented as a mere challenge. It is a demand cloaked in the Clayvax's superior self-assurance. Their words, "This is non-negotiable," leave no room for debate, and the clock begins ticking with their final statement. Humanity has just 24 Earth hours to select its champions. The ultimatum reveals much about the Clayvax. As a species that values strength and has evolved through countless conflicts, they perceive superiority in terms of measurable power, whether through physical might or strategic warfare. Their approach to diplomacy is entirely adversarial, seeing conflict as the only true measure of worth. The scene in the council chamber shifts as murmurs of concern ripple through the human delegates. The gravity of the situation weighs heavily on the room, and uncertainty seems to grip everyone present. The Clayvax's declaration implies an existential threat. Humanity's right to explore and expand into the Orion Arm hangs in the balance. Beyond the immediate territorial implications, there's the implicit question of survival. If the Clayvax prove victorious in their challenge, what's to stop them from further aggression? To many in the chamber, the ultimatum appears to be a prelude to inevitable subjugation. This moment sets the stage for the story's central conflict, the clash of two species with vastly different approaches to defining strength and superiority. The Clayvax's demand for combat reflects their belief in dominance through traditional means of conflict, assuming their physical and strategic capabilities will guarantee an easy victory. However, this challenge also becomes the perfect opportunity for humanity to showcase what truly sets it apart: its creativity, ingenuity, and ability to think beyond rigid frameworks. The Clayvax's ultimatum, though intended to assert their dominance, unknowingly becomes the opening move in a game they are unprepared to play. Amid the growing tension and uncertainty in the council chamber, Admiral Sarachin emerges as a figure of calm confidence. Her demeanor starkly contrasts with the nervous murmurs of the other delegates, reflecting her unshakable resolve. Chen understands the gravity of the Clayvax ultimatum, but she also recognizes something the crystalline beings fail to see. Humanity's unique strengths cannot be measured by traditional metrics of combat or brute force. While others in the chamber are paralyzed by the weight of the decision, Chen is already formulating a response that turns the Clayvax's assumptions against them. When she rises to address the delegation, her swift and confident response catches the Clayvax off guard. They had expected hesitation or perhaps heated deliberation among the humans, a sign of their perceived inferiority. Instead, Chen boldly declares humanity's acceptance of the challenge, but with a critical stipulation: humanity will choose the format of combat. This clever maneuver immediately shifts the power dynamic. By asserting this condition, Chen reframes the confrontation, subtly implying that humanity has more to offer than the Clayvax anticipated. The Clayvax's surprise at Chen's composure is evident in their subtle physical reactions. Their crystalline forms, which shimmer and refract light, shift in a way that human observers have learned to interpret as unease. This moment marks the first crack in their veneer of invincibility. While the Clayvax pride themselves on their warrior culture and superiority in direct combat, Chen's calm, measured response suggests that humanity possesses a different kind of strength, one rooted in strategic thinking and the ability to adapt under pressure. Chen's declaration is not merely an acceptance of the challenge. It is a statement of defiance and ingenuity. By asserting humanity's right to define the rules of engagement, she seizes control of the narrative. This bold move underscores a critical aspect of humanity's nature, its ability to innovate and think outside conventional frameworks. The Clayvax, locked into their rigid understanding of conflict as physical warfare, are unprepared for the psychological and intellectual battle Chun is about to unleash. This pivotal moment showcases Admiral Chun as a leader who embodies humanity's best qualities: courage, strategic insight, and a refusal to be underestimated. Her response doesn't just answer the Clayvax ultimatum. It sets the stage for a battle on humanity's terms, where creativity and intellect will trump brute force. By the end of her statement, it is clear that the Clayvax are no longer fully in control of the confrontation. Humanity, through Chen's bold leadership, has already begun to turn the tide in its favor. Admiral Sarah Chen's decision to choose chess as the battlefield for humanity's confrontation with the Clayvax is nothing short of a masterstroke. It immediately subverts the Clayvax's expectations, throwing them off balance. The crystalline beings, who had anticipated physical combat or some form of tactical warfare, are momentarily stunned by the audacity and simplicity of the choice. However, their confidence in their computational superiority quickly restores their composure. They perceive chess as a game of logic and calculation, a domain in which they believe their crystalline neural networks far outclass the organic minds of humans. Chen's decision reflects humanity's deeper understanding of what it means to compete. Unlike the Clayvax, who view conflict purely as a test of strength or measurable superiority, humans see competition as a multidimensional challenge. Chess, with its intricate balance of strategy, creativity, and psychological maneuvering, is the perfect embodiment of this philosophy. By choosing chess, Chen not only levels the playing field but tilts it in humanity's favor. She recognizes that the Clayvax, for all their computational prowess, lack the intangible qualities: intuition, creativity, and the ability to think unpredictably that are central to the game's mastery. The Clayvax's initial reaction to the choice of chess reveals their arrogance and overconfidence. They accept the terms after a brief analysis of the game's rules, believing their superior processing power will guarantee an easy victory. To them, chess appears to be a game of pure calculation, one where their ability to compute billions of possible moves in an instant will leave no room for human ingenuity. This over-reliance on logic and predictability is their first critical mistake, as they fail to grasp the depth of human strategic thinking. The decision to play chess also symbolizes a broader theme in humanity's approach to conflict: the ability to redefine the terms of engagement. By choosing a mental and strategic contest over physical confrontation, Chen underscores the idea that humanity's greatest strengths lie in its intellect and creativity. This move is not about proving who has the bigger army or the sharper weapons. It's about showcasing humanity's ability to outthink and outmaneuver even the most formidable opponents. The Clayvax, locked into their rigid understanding of what constitutes conflict, are unprepared for the profound challenge this seemingly simple game will pose. Ultimately, the choice of chess as the battleground serves as a powerful metaphor for humanity's resilience and adaptability. It reflects the species' capacity to take an overwhelming challenge and turn it into an opportunity to showcase its unique strengths. In doing so, humanity begins to demonstrate the very qualities that the Clayvax, for all their advanced technology, have failed to understand: creativity, intuition, and the ability to find strength in unpredictability. This pivotal decision sets the stage for a confrontation that will redefine the Clayvax's understanding of conflict and humanity's place in the galaxy. As humanity prepares to face the Clayvax in their chosen battlefield of chess, the spotlight shifts to Magnus Chun, Admiral Sarah Chen's younger brother and the reigning world chess champion. His introduction to the story is both symbolic and strategic. Magnus embodies the qualities that the Clayvax fail to account for: creativity, intuition, and the uniquely human ability to turn a game into a psychological and artistic endeavor. His inclusion as humanity's champion is a deliberate choice, representing not just technical skill, but the very essence of human ingenuity. Magnus' demeanor as he takes his seat across from the Clayvax champion, a being of immense computational power, is calm and self-assured. This confidence mirrors his sister's earlier composure in the council chamber, signaling a familial synergy in their ability to tackle impossible challenges. Magnus understands that this match is more than a test of his individual skill. It is a battle for humanity's dignity and survival. The stakes could not be higher, and he carries the weight of representing not just himself, but the ingenuity and resilience of his entire species. The Clayvax's chosen champion, a crystalline entity capable of processing billions of moves per second, epitomizes their overconfidence. To the Clayvax, chess is a game of pure logic and calculation, and they see Magnus as a mere organic mind doomed to be overwhelmed by their superior computational abilities. However, Magnus' unshakable calmness, mirrored in his knowing smile, hints at the deep, intangible advantage he holds. While the Clayvax champion relies on brute force calculations, Magnus wields an arsenal of strategic creativity and psychological insight, qualities no algorithm can replicate. The introduction of Magnus as humanity's champion underscores a fundamental theme: the contrast between mechanical precision and human ingenuity. The Clayvax, with their crystalline neural networks, represent a deterministic and predictable approach to problem-solving. In contrast, Magnus' approach to chess reflects the essence of human adaptability. His style of play, later described as the game of the century, leverages humanity's ability to think outside the confines of strict logic, crafting moves that defy expectation and calculation. Magnus' calm confidence also sets the tone for the unfolding match, conveying to viewers, both human and Clayvax, that humanity is unshaken in the face of overwhelming odds. His presence serves as a reminder that humanity's strength lies not in physical dominance, but in its ability to embrace complexity, unpredictability, and creativity. As the game begins, the stage is set for a battle that will redefine the Clayvax's understanding of superiority and challenge their rigid perception of conflict. Magnus, with his quiet confidence and unparalleled skill, becomes the perfect vessel for delivering this lesson, embodying the very qualities that make humanity exceptional. The chess match between Magnus Chun and the Clayvax champion unfolds as a spectacle of strategy, creativity, and psychological warfare, captivating audiences across both civilizations. From the outset, it becomes clear that this is not a simple contest of computational power versus human intellect. It is a profound clash of ideologies. The Clayvax, with their crystalline neural networks, rely on pure logic and brute force calculations, while Magnus employs a uniquely human approach that blends intuition, creativity, and the art of misdirection. The Clayvax champion's opening moves reflect its calculated confidence. It analyzes billions of permutations, selecting optimal moves based on mathematical precision. However, Magnus' response disrupts this rhythm almost immediately. Rather than adhering to predictable strategies, he plays with a style that defies convention. He sacrifices key pieces in seemingly illogical ways, creates positions that appear weak on the surface, and maneuvers in ways that are designed not just to win, but to confuse and unsettle his opponent. What the Clayvax fail to anticipate is that chess is more than a game of numbers. It is a game of psychology and creativity, and Magnus leverages this to full effect. Each move is not just a calculation but a statement, forcing the Clayvax champion to confront scenarios it cannot fully comprehend. By crafting positions that are counterintuitive to pure computation, Magnus exploits the limitations of the Clayvax's deterministic approach. The crystalline being, bound by its reliance on logic, finds itself trapped in positions that look advantageous but are carefully constructed dead ends. The turning point of the match comes with Magnus' now legendary queen sacrifice. From a computational standpoint, this move is a mistake. It defies the algorithms that dictate optimal play. Yet this apparent error is a masterstroke of strategy. The Clayvax champion, adhering to its logical framework, takes the bait, unaware that it has been lured into a carefully orchestrated trap. 3 moves later, the trap springs shut, and the game is over. The Clayvax champion, despite its immense computational power, is forced to topple its king in surrender. This phase of the match highlights the profound difference between the Clayvax's approach to conflict and humanity's. The Clayvax champion embodies a rigid, deterministic view of superiority, where victory is achieved through measurable strength. Magnus, on the other hand, demonstrates that true mastery lies in adaptability and the ability to see beyond immediate calculations. His victory is not just a testament to his skill, but a demonstration of humanity's broader strengths, its capacity for creativity, intuition, and the ability to think outside conventional frameworks. Magnus' performance in the match serves as a powerful reminder of the value of human ingenuity. He does not merely outplay the Clayvax champion. He challenges the very foundation of their understanding of superiority. By using a game of strategy to outmaneuver a species that prides itself on logic and calculation, Magnus shows that humanity's greatest strength lies in its unpredictability and its ability to turn limitations into advantages. This victory, achieved through intellect rather than brute force, redefines the nature of conflict and leaves an indelible mark on the Clayvax's perception of humanity. The Clayvax delegation's reaction to their champion's defeat is one of profound shock and confusion. Their entire cultural understanding of conflict and superiority, rooted in measurable advantages like computational power and tactical precision, is shattered by Magnus Chin's unpredictable and creative gameplay. The Clayvax, who viewed the chess match as a straightforward demonstration of dominance, are forced to confront the limitations of their deterministic worldview. This moment marks a turning point, not only in the match, but in the relationship between the two species. For the Clayvax, conflict has always been a matter of clear metrics: stronger weapons, faster processors, and superior tactics. They approach every challenge as a problem to be solved through logic and optimization. The idea that an opponent could win by exploiting their reliance on these principles is entirely alien to them. Magnus' victory forces the Clayvax to acknowledge that their crystalline neural networks, despite their immense processing power, are not infallible. They struggle to quantify the qualities that led to their defeat: human intuition, creativity, and psychological insight, because these traits operate outside the rigid frameworks they have relied upon for millennia. This realization is not merely about losing a chess match. It strikes at the core of the Clayvax's understanding of their own superiority. Their confidence in their computational abilities is shaken, and they are left to grapple with the possibility that their rigid approach to problem-solving might be a liability in certain contexts. Magnus' moves, particularly his unconventional strategies and the now famous Queen's sacrifice, illustrate a form of thinking that cannot be reduced to mere calculations. For the Clayvax, this is a humbling lesson in the limits of their own perspective. The aftermath of the match reveals the profound impact of this realization. The Clayvax leader's crystalline form, which shifts to a deep blue, a color never before displayed by their species in interactions with humans, symbolizes their sense of defeat and introspection. This chromatic change is significant, as it represents the beginning of a transformation in their understanding of conflict and cooperation. They come to see that their defeat is not just a loss, but an opportunity to learn from a species that approaches challenges in a fundamentally different way. For humanity, this moment is equally transformative. Admiral Sarah Chun seizes the opportunity to shift the narrative from one of conflict to one of collaboration. She points out that Magnus' victory is not merely a demonstration of human superiority, but a testament to the value of diversity in thinking. By highlighting humanity's ability to combine logic with creativity, Chun opens the door to a new kind of relationship between the two species, one based on mutual respect and the exchange of ideas. Ultimately, the Clayvax's realization serves as a catalyst for change. Their defeat in the chess match forces them to reconsider their approach to conflict and their assumptions about what it means to be superior. It is a humbling but necessary step toward understanding that strength is not solely about measurable power, but also about adaptability, creativity, and the willingness to learn. This moment lays the groundwork for a new era of diplomacy between the Klavax and humanity, driven by a shared desire to explore the uncharted possibilities of cooperation. Admiral Sarah Chin's response following humanity's victory in the chess match is a masterstroke of diplomacy. Instead of reveling in the defeat of the Klavax or framing the moment as a show of dominance, she pivots the conversation toward mutual understanding and collaboration. This shift reflects not only her tactical acumen, but also her vision for a future where humanity's strengths are used to build bridges rather than walls. Her words, delivered with clarity and purpose, redefine the narrative from one of competition to one of shared potential. Chin's statement, "You demanded conflict to test our worth, but we showed you something better. Our ability to turn conflict into art," is both profound and strategic. By framing the chess match as more than just a contest of skill, she highlights humanity's capacity to elevate challenges into opportunities for creativity and growth. This perspective is a stark contrast to the Klavax's rigid approach to conflict, which is rooted in measurable superiority and domination. Chin's words invite the Klavax to reconsider their own values and methods, subtly positioning humanity as a species that can offer them something invaluable: a new way of thinking. Admiral Chin's ability to identify and articulate humanity's core strengths is central to her success as a leader. She emphasizes that while the Klavax may excel in computational power, humanity thrives on unpredictability, creativity, and the capacity to see beyond pure logic. This message is not only a reflection of the chess match itself, but also a broader commentary on the strengths that have allowed humanity to survive and adapt throughout its history. Chin effectively redefines the Klavax's concept of worth, shifting it away from brute strength and toward intellectual and cultural resilience. Her vision for collaboration becomes evident when she proposes exploring what the two species might achieve together. Instead of treating the Klavax as adversaries to be conquered, Chin extends an olive branch, suggesting that their differences could be a source of mutual enrichment. This approach reflects a deep understanding of diplomacy and the power of shared curiosity. By inviting the Klavax to engage in a cultural exchange, Chin transforms a potential point of contention into an opportunity for growth, learning, and partnership. The Klavax's reaction to Chin's proposal is significant. Their initial rigid posture and focus on conflict give way to a more open and curious demeanor. The chromatic shift of their leader's crystalline form to a warm amber hue, an unprecedented display, symbolizes their willingness to embrace this new perspective. It is a visual representation of the transformative impact of Chin's words, as well as their growing recognition of the value of humanity's approach to challenges. In this moment, Admiral Chin accomplishes something extraordinary. She not only secures humanity's immediate survival, but also lays the foundation for a new kind of interspecies relationship. Her ability to turn a conflict-driven ultimatum into a collaborative opportunity underscores the power of diplomacy and vision in the face of adversity. Through her leadership, Chin demonstrates that true strength lies not in overpowering others, but in inspiring them to see the world and their place in it through a broader lens. This marks the beginning of a new era, one defined not by conquest, but by the shared pursuit of understanding and excellence. The aftermath of the chess match marks a transformative moment in interspecies relations as the Klavax delegation proposes a cultural exchange instead of insisting on combat trials. This shift in their stance is as groundbreaking as Magnus Chin's victory on the chessboard. It reflects a profound rethinking of their approach to conflict and a willingness to explore avenues of cooperation and understanding. For the Klavax, this is more than a diplomatic gesture. It is an acknowledgement that humanity's strengths lie in areas they had never considered. The Klavax's proposal for a cultural exchange signals a departure from their deeply ingrained belief in the supremacy of measurable power and logical superiority. This warrior species, whose history is steeped in conquest and domination, is now open to learning from a civilization they initially deemed primitive. The chess match serves as the catalyst for this shift, as it reveals dimensions of human thought, creativity, intuition, and adaptability that the Clavaks had not previously encountered. By proposing a cultural exchange, the Clavaks demonstrate a newfound respect for humanity's unique abilities and an eagerness to explore them further. This exchange is not merely symbolic. It represents the potential for a deeper partnership between the two species, built on mutual curiosity and shared growth. The Clavaks, intrigued by humanity's ability to turn a seemingly simple game into a display of strategic ingenuity, recognize that there is much they can learn from humans. Their interest extends beyond chess, encompassing the broader aspects of human creativity, problem-solving, and adaptability. For humanity, this exchange is an opportunity to showcase its cultural and intellectual achievements while also gaining insights into the Clavaks' advanced technologies and philosophies. The implications of this proposal are far-reaching. It shifts the dynamic between the two species from one of competition to one of collaboration, setting the stage for a new era of interstellar relations. The cultural exchange becomes a platform for fostering understanding, breaking down stereotypes, and building trust. For the Clavaks, it offers a chance to broaden their perspective and integrate new ways of thinking into their own practices. For humanity, it serves as a validation of the power of creativity and diplomacy in resolving conflicts. The warm amber hue displayed by the Clavaks leader, a color never before observed in their interactions with humans, underscores the sincerity of their proposal. It is a visual representation of their openness to change and their recognition of the value of humanity's contributions. This moment is as much about emotional resonance as it is about logical decisions, highlighting the potential for shared growth through empathy and understanding. Ultimately, the Clavaks' proposal is a testament to the power of ideas to transcend conflict. By shifting the focus from combat trials to cultural exchange, the Clavaks acknowledge that true superiority lies not in domination, but in the ability to learn, adapt, and grow. This realization paves the way for a partnership that could benefit both species, showcasing the potential of diplomacy and cultural exploration to bridge even the widest gaps in understanding. The impact of Magnus Chen's victory and the ensuing cultural exchange resonates deeply within Clavak society, triggering profound shifts in their outlook and way of life. The moment that humanity turned the ultimatum into an invitation to engage intellectually sparks an intellectual and cultural awakening for the Clavaks. This ripple effect is seen almost immediately, beginning with their curiosity about chess and expanding into a broader exploration of human ingenuity. The first signs of this transformation are evident as Clavak scientists and thinkers begin dissecting the intricacies of chess. This game, initially dismissed as a mere human pastime, becomes a subject of intense study. Chess clubs quickly spring up across Clavak space stations and colonies, signifying a burgeoning fascination with the game's combination of strategy, creativity, and unpredictability. What had once been a rigidly hierarchical species, defined by measurable superiority, now shows signs of embracing the abstract and the nuanced. For the Clavaks, chess becomes more than a game. It is a window into the human mind and a symbol of a worldview that values adaptability and intuition. The exploration of chess leads the Clavaks to broader questions about their own culture and values. Their computational prowess, which they once believed to be their ultimate strength, is now seen as a limitation when applied without creativity. Chess exposes them to the idea that unpredictability and intuition are not weaknesses, but powerful tools for problem-solving and innovation. This realization prompts the Clavaks to reevaluate their reliance on rigid, logic-based systems and to explore how incorporating elements of human thought could enhance their own capabilities. This intellectual curiosity extends beyond chess. Inspired by their interactions with humanity, Clavak scientists begin studying other aspects of human culture, from art and literature to philosophy and game theory. They seek to understand the underlying principles that enable humans to approach challenges with such ingenuity and resilience. In doing so, they start to see their crystalline nature, once a source of pride, as a potential limitation that they can overcome by embracing new ways of thinking. The ripple effect also transforms the Clavac's approach to conflict and diplomacy. Their previous reliance on combat trials and domination gives way to a more nuanced understanding of cooperation and negotiation. The chess match and subsequent cultural exchange teach them that true strength lies not in overwhelming force, but in the ability to adapt, innovate, and find common ground. This shift has profound implications for their interactions with other species, as they begin to value alliances and mutual growth over conquest. Within Clavac society, the adoption of human-inspired strategies fosters a new era of creativity and exploration. Their leaders and scholars start integrating elements of unpredictability and intuition into their decision-making processes, leading to breakthroughs in science, technology, and governance. The once rigid and hierarchical Clavac's culture becomes more dynamic, with a greater appreciation for the complexities of thought and expression. The ripple effect of the chess gambit ultimately symbolizes the transformative power of ideas. Humanity's victory in the chess match and the cultural exchange that followed demonstrate that intellectual and cultural exchanges can reshape entire civilizations. For the Clavacs, this moment marks the beginning of a journey toward greater understanding and growth. For humanity, it is a reminder of the power of creativity and diplomacy to inspire change and forge connections across even the most profound differences. The day that came to be known as the chess gambit is etched in interstellar history as a pivotal moment of diplomacy, ingenuity, and cultural unity. It is celebrated not only as a demonstration of humanity's strategic brilliance, but also as an enduring symbol of the potential for conflict resolution through intellect and creativity. This day highlights the power of turning potential violence into a meaningful exchange of ideas, reshaping the future for both humanity and the Clavacs. The chess gambit's success lies in its defiance of conventional assumptions about conflict and resolution. By rejecting the Clavac's demand for traditional combat trials and introducing chess as the arena of competition, humanity reframed the challenge entirely. This act was not only a clever strategic move, but also a profound statement about human values. It showcased humanity's ability to confront aggression without resorting to violence, turning a test of strength into a test of intellect and creativity. The victory was not about crushing an opponent, but about inspiring respect and understanding. The implications of this moment extend far beyond the immediate conflict. The chess gambit serves as a case study in the power of diplomacy and strategic thinking. It demonstrates that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, solutions can be found through innovation and collaboration. Humanity's approach to the Clavac's ultimatum became a blueprint for future diplomatic engagements, proving that creative problem-solving can achieve outcomes that brute force never could. This event also redefined interstellar perceptions of humanity. Once considered a relatively unremarkable species in terms of technological advancement, humanity emerged as a force to be reckoned with, not because of superior weaponry or military might, but because of their unique ability to think differently. The Clavacs and other civilizations came to see humanity not as a potential target for conquest, but as a valuable ally and a source of inspiration. This shift in perception opened doors to new partnerships and collaborations across the galaxy, paving the way for a more interconnected and cooperative interstellar community. The chess gambit's legacy is further solidified by its impact on the Clavacs themselves. The cultural exchange initiated after the match led to a period of unprecedented growth and mutual learning between the two species. The Clavacs embraced the creative and intuitive aspects of human thought, while humanity gained insights into the Clavacs' advanced technologies and structured approaches. Together, they forged a relationship built on mutual respect and a shared commitment to exploring new possibilities. On Earth, the chess gambit became a source of immense pride and inspiration. Magnus Chen's masterful performance and Admiral Sarah Chen's bold leadership embodied the best of humanity, its creativity, courage, and adaptability. The event became a touchstone for future generations, symbolizing the idea that even the smallest tools, like a chessboard, can shape the course of history when wielded with ingenuity and purpose. In the broader context, the chess gambit stands as a reminder of the importance of preserving and nurturing human creativity and cultural heritage. It is a testament to the fact that the most powerful solutions often arise from the simplest of origins, a game played for centuries transformed into a means of bridging civilizations. The joy of discovery and the shared love of learning that emerge from this encounter underscore the enduring value of intellectual curiosity and cultural exchange. Ultimately, the day of the chess gambit signifies a new era in interstellar relations, one in which conflict can be resolved not through domination, but through shared understanding and mutual growth. It is a shining example of humanity's ability to rise to the challenge, turn the tide of aggression, and show that true strength lies in the capacity to inspire change and build connections. The chess gambit reminds us all that in the great game of existence, the greatest victories are those that unite rather than divide.